I want to like have a legacy, and I want to pass on. Like I want to die, and then like there's still something here for you to like kind of figure out.
Where did you grow up, and how did that affect like your music taste?
Facts. I grew up in Cambridge, Ontario,
Mm.
which is like an hour or so out of Toronto. I feel like it didn't really affect my music taste per se, but I don't know, definitely like shaped who I am, I guess, to a degree. Small
Yeah.
town,
Yeah.
suburbs, to be honest.
Mm.
Yeah.
How did you get into music? Was it your family, or was it something that you discovered yourself?
I think part of it was definitely family and being put on to just like what my parents were listening to, like whether it was soul, or whatever. But I think eventually I started to like really take a passion for physical media, like CDs, vinyl,
Mm.
and then just like the process of going to the record store, seeing a cover that looks cool, being like, shit, like what does this sound
Check
like?
it out. Yeah.
And then like from there, I kind of found like my own little like path
Right.
in terms of music for sure.
When did you first realize that you wanted to make music?
Probably when I was like 18 or 19, like I just started hearing things, um, and they kind of just like caught me in a way that made me think like, damn, this is a way I'd like to try and express myself.
Mm.
Yeah.
What were like the first albums or artists that really like touched you in a way that made you realize that you wanted to create?
Yeah, definitely like Earl Sweatshirt, Mike, Mike for sure. Like on the later half of high school, I was listening to like the Black Soap EP by Mike. I was listening to Renaissance Man, I think. Getting into Six Press, like getting into that, and eventually I heard like some rap songs by Earl, and I was like, yeah, I wanna like take a shot at this and see like how I could express myself, like what that looks like.
Do you have any like favorite Canadian artists?
Favorite Canadian artist? I feel like it's easy like to say Drake,
Mm.
but I don't even know if that's like the move. To be honest, I really love Thelonious. Like he's on my
Mm.
album, but like his like last EP is beautiful.
Do you find it harder to like break out as an artist living in Canada?
I'd say yeah, it is. It is a little difficult to be
Mm.
honest with you. Sometimes I could feel like there aren't always spaces
Mm.
for like artists like me or like the music that I make. So it definitely takes some effort to search that out.
Mm.
Versus like living in I don't know, a major city like a New York where like the sound was literally crafted in that
There,
environment. So
right.
it's easier to like,
Mm.
kind of find a place, I'd say.
Are there any pros to living in Canada as an artist?
Definitely because I feel like because I am Canadian, I'm afforded things like the opportunity to apply to grants,
Mm.
funding like specifically for Canadian artists. And I think because the market is kind of not oversaturated,
Yeah.
so I definitely feel like in this space I'm a little one of one.
So what is like For the Tribe, and how did you kind of come about in that station, that crew?
Yeah,
Yeah.
For the Tribe is like a creative collective, uh, with me, I'll name all the members. Me, Kodo, Kai Banks, Jet Black Renji, my man Blake who engineers, Soft Eyes who produces, Newest Era. Just an all encompassing, like, we make music, videos, we're working on an album.
Mm.
And I feel like, also Donna Jackson, I can't forget fucking Donna. I feel like iron sharpens iron. So
Mm.
like they're really talented artists, really talented just individuals. So then from there, I feel like I'm able to kind of like better my craft. I like to think I do the same for them.
Mm.
But it's like it's really it's important to just establish community, bro. And I think that's what it's been for me. And I think that's what it's been for them also. So we're just trying to grow, as artists, grow the brand, grow the business. So
Nice.
yeah,
I discovered you from Mikasa Sukasa,
facts.
2024 project.
Mhm.
Tell me about making that project and like what it means to you now.
Yeah, that project was like just like ego death.
Mm.
Honestly, I was going through like a really difficult heartbreak at the time, and then it was like a bunch of other shit happened, kind of at the same time, and it forced me to like look at myself in a way I didn't really want to.
Mm.
But it kind of just makes sense that it was kind of the one that helped me break through because I was kind of breaking through myself,
Right.
and I think it's really apparent in the music. I was just like, yeah, I was 23. I was going through it, but I learned myself a lot through that project and through the events that informed it. So I'm so proud of that album for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Something that I really like about your music is that I find it easy to resonate with you. Like even if
Hmm.
I don't always directly relate to what you're saying, I feel like I
Hmm.
can feel how therapeutic it is for you. Like I can
Hmm.
feel how passionate you are. Um, what is the biggest thing you've learned about yourself in the process of making albums and projects?
Hmm. I think one thing is that there's always more to dig into.
Mm,
Uh, I think we as people are complicated, and I think even now, sometimes like the ego wants to tell you, like, especially being an artist, it's like, oh, I know myself, like I am self-aware, I am like the views that I have on the world, I have on myself are like legitimized because I have this platform.
right.
So I think with making music and making albums, it's like I've never fully had myself figured out, and I never
Mm,
fully have the world figured out,
mm,
and I'm always learning. And I need to like remain open to that idea.
mm,
I think it also just taught me that the sky's kind of the limit in terms of creating. Like even making new music now, it's like the ways in which I can express myself feel never ending. My last project, like the dancing by myself, you get that weird like depression from like finishing this thing you've been working on for so long.
mm,
So it's just like the freedom of knowing like there's more life to be lived, there's more experience to be had is like
mm.
really grounding for sure.
Speaking of dancing by myself, it's the new
Thanks.
project this year.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. I listen to it all the time.
Thank you so much.
What was different in creating this project compared to Mikasa Sukasa?
This one I was kind of happy.
Mm.
I was like in a happier headspace. I was on the move a lot. My platform was growing, and I was kind of embodying the artist side of myself a lot more.
Mm,
And I was just like, you could hear it in the music. I was like really shouting the confidence that comes with that
mhm.
for sure.
Yeah.
And it was the same thing, like kind of learning myself, but in a different way than Mikasa, I would say.
Sharktooth Necklace is my favorite.
Facts,
I
bro.
think
I
that
love that
song is
song a
so
lot.
sick. It's
Yeah.
short and it's
Uh
sweet,
huh.
but it hits and the flow is so catchy.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite song off this new album?
Yeah. I love Sharktooth Necklace. Um, I feel like the ones I go to often, 82 Creed, I go to
That's
often.
also really
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah. True Colors, I go to often. Puppet Strings, I think it might be my favorite one. Iverson Braids, Grim Reaper. I love all of them, but those are like ones that like come from very visceral moments in my life. I think for sure.
I think Dreamcatcher is amazing as
Yeah,
well,
Dreamcatcher's a
and
song too.
I think that's like what originally encouraged me to pursue this interview was seeing
Facts.
the Dreamcatcher video.
Hmm.
One thing I really like about you is your music videos. I think they
For
always are like an
sure.
accurate reflection of the song and like a
Hmm.
really great extension. Like I feel like some artists just make a music video for the sake of making a music video, but I
Yeah.
feel like yours are like direct extensions of the song and like add to them.
Hmm.
How important is the branding and the creation side of your music
Uh
compared
huh.
to actually creating the music?
Yeah, I think visuals are super important because they add an extra layer of like understanding the song. And it's also like I'm trying to do the emotion that went into it and the life that went into the music justice
Right.
visually. So it's like I'm not trying to like fuck around and just do it for the sake of doing it. Like I'm really trying to like add on to the artistry. Uh, and thankfully, I've been able to like meet directors and like everyone who care just as much as I do about the
Mhm.
music, if not more.
Yeah.
So that's been super sick. But yeah, music videos are like so necessary. I think with my music, especially like the Dreamcatcher one, even just having like a woman figure
Mhm.
like kind of moving with me through that song and like helping me through the words just like meant a lot. So yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they're so underappreciated now, like music videos,
Yeah, I
because you don't
mean,
have something like MTV or something like that. You know, you don't put that
dog,
on
bro.
all day.
If I was existing like during the time of MTV, like MTV doesn't even post music videos anymore. Is
No, I
MTV
know.
even a
I'm
like?
pretty sure it's just Rob Deerdeck.
Yo, it's just ridiculousness. I
Yeah, I
swear every
swear.
time. That's so funny, but it's so true though. It was like, man, in the '90s, it was like a big deal. Like
Yeah.
if someone dropped a music video,
Yes.
like I like to think like with my brand and with just what I'm doing, I'm maybe taking it back to like being a little bit more like slowed down in
Mm.
our consumption of art.
And your music definitely reflects that, which I
It
like.
takes some time. It's not like I don't think it's It's not surface level.
Mm.
You can't just like listen to it on the first and be like, cool, you got your beat, you got your raps, this is what he's saying, it's X, Y, and Z. It's like, um, I like to think it takes like a little bit, there's some substance, you know?
Mm.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
I think songwriting in rap music gets overlooked a lot because
for
it's rap
sure.
music, and I feel like um,
I agree.
it doesn't always get the same respect
Yeah.
that other genres get in terms of songwriting. But you are an incredible songwriter. I
Thank you
think
so
that your
much.
songwriting is really amazing. Who are some of your rappers from a writing perspective, or just writers in general, that you find inspiring from a writing perspective?
Facts. I think lyricism in general was really pioneered in like the 70s. I can't lie, like 70s and 80s. Like, I was in the car, we were listening to like this Diana Ross song, and the shit she was saying was like the song was so upbeat, but it was so sad. Like I think it's a Tina Turner song where she says like, "What does love have to do with it?"
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
right? It's like the sentiments in these songs are low key like kind of heartbreaking,
They're
but
like beautiful juxtapositions.
yes, like to the upbeat nature of the music. Like I don't think that like lyricism and like songwriting stops at rap. Like I think it's like and adding like blackness to the mix and just like culture. Definitely like just those soul songs that like putting what's on the heart and making it tangible through writing. Like I think started there. Probably damn near like you could probably go to the '60s and blues and all that too. But in terms of rap, my favorite writers, MF Doom. There's so many books this rap. Like No Name, I love No Name. She's an amazing writer
I mean, I really want to know like what's next for you as an artist. Like, what are your next steps?
for sure. Like I said before, like it's exciting. There's more life to live. There's more shit to do. So I'm definitely doing music videos. I'm thinking about concepts for new music. I'm making new music. I was just in New York, made a bunch of music there. So I want to build a discography, So like I'm definitely just my whole thing, bro. Especially when I realized when I finish dropping an album, is I immediately want to like figure out what's
Mm,
next. So I'm kind of just diving into that process and like having fun with that,
mm.
and being open to that, and also just living life like outside of rap. I'm just like enjoying this time in my early 20s. So yeah.
Yeah. Get that degree.
Bro, you have no idea. Dancing by myself out now, listen to it, love it, critique it. Uh, more, more shit coming soon. Yeah.
Where can they find you?
Insyt INSYT underscore on Insta. Like Insyt on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever it is you listen to music. Um, yeah.
Fire.
Fire.